Hello, welcome to the first episode of Sports with Rick. This YouTube channel is going to be about is the outlook on sports from kind of an average fan. I call myself an average fan. What I mean by that is that I loved following all types of sports. I've loved sports all my life, and I've always followed sports: baseball, football, basketball, and college sports especially. But I've really enjoyed sports all my life, and I've played a lot of the sports. But I'm not into the recruiting class and all the big what they call metrics now of sports and everything. I'm just into sports, and I love to watch it, and I love to talk about it. And so that's why I created this YouTube channel. I'm 74 years old, and my perspective of sports is just I want to see people play the game and play it right. I realize that when I'm watching college football, you're talking about 19, 20 some year olds playing a sport, and they have a different perspective than what our older generation has of sports, and they get coddled more and things like that. But I still want them to see put out effort, okay? And today we're going to talk about the way that they're monetizing sports. So we'll get into that in just a minute. Hopefully you watch, and hope you subscribe and like my videos. And if you comment, please comment and tell me what you want to hear more about or less about, and how the YouTube channel is going to be going. So first thing off is please like and subscribe to Sports with Rick. Now we'll get back to the program. Okay, we're back. The first thing I want to talk about is the monetization of sports anymore. You know, back in the day, you could get 3 channels of sports: ABC, NBC, or CBS, and it was all over the air. It was by antenna. And back when I was a kid, my dad was probably the first, or one of the first, that had picture-in-picture. But our picture-in-picture was our big 25-inch, at that time, a huge TV, console TV, and 2 small TVs with antennas on it, so we could get all 3 of the televised games on ABC, NBC, and CBS. And that's how we watched TV. We had 3 screens going, and it was kind of fun because, you know, we could keep track of all the games. Then later on came cable, and then you had to buy cable to get all the games, you know. That was one bill. And then later on, now you talk about streaming. Okay, so now you had to have cable or a streaming service like the NFL Network at that time that wasn't on some of the cable or satellite TVs. So you'd have to get NFL Network, and the NFL Network now controlled Thursday Night Football. So you couldn't get any of the Thursday Night Football leagues games unless you had that type of subscription. So then they saw that not a lot of people could watch Thursday Night Football, so they said, okay, we'll give NBC some of that Thursday night crowd on every other Thursday or whatever, and we won't control all the games, but we'll share that up a little bit. Well, still, it left a lot of the country without a Thursday night game because they had to have NFL when it was on the NFL to see that game. Well, you kind of put up with that. You still could watch Sunday games, you know, what was broadcast for your region on CBS and NBC and Fox. Well, the problem with that is, okay, so you live in Nebraska and you're a LA Raider or Rams or a New York Giant fan. Well, you're not going to see those games very often unless Kansas City or Green Bay or Dallas plays those games, because it's more in your region. So it was very tough for somebody to be a different region fan. So you needed to what? You needed to get the NFL Network, or the Red Zone, the added package on your cable or your streaming service of the NFL Network, where you could watch any game you wanted to, so you could watch the team that you wanted to watch. So you had to put up with that, and so that cost you an extra so much money per year to watch NFL football. Same thing with baseball. If you wanted to watch a game from the LA Dodgers, you better get the MLB Network. So cost you money. Money that you usually didn't have to spend, because you could watch whatever game, but it was, again, a regional game on ABC or Fox or whatever, or TNT, TBS, all the others, networks that were on regular channels or TV that you could probably pull in. But now if antenna, you couldn't use antenna anymore. Getting games in antenna, they kind of just said, okay, if you want local stuff, that's what you're going to get. So you needed to get cable. Well, of course, what does cable keep doing? They keep raising their rates, because they know they got you socked. And if you want to watch the things you really want to watch, you're going to pay for it. And you're going to have to get upper tiers. You get the lower tier and you get nothing. ESPN, well, they're not going to show you all the games. And so they just make you pay more and more and more. So now let's get to present day. Present day. In the last couple of years, with all the streaming networks out there, what do you have to do? Now ESPN Plus comes along. So ESPN Plus signs the, used to be the Big 8, Big 12, or Big whatever they want to call themselves now, with Oklahoma and Kansas State. Well, they get on ESPN Plus. So now the people that had ESPN and then usually could watch the K-State games or any of the Oklahoma games, you got to subscribe to ESPN Plus, because most of those games are going to be on that one network. You might find it on ESPN if they're getting a fill-in game, but no, it's probably going to be on ESPN Plus. So you got to pay more. So what does the NFL do? Well, they sell off to Prime. Now, Prime is Thursday nights. So if you don't have Amazon Prime, you're not catching the Thursday night game. What's your choice? Oh, listen to it on the radio? Oh, wow, that's not fun. So it's amazing how they get away with piecing off things that people want to watch to different streaming services. Last year they tried it with one of the kids' networks or whatever, and you'd have to subscribe to them to get the game. So this is how professional sports and business is now going. They're going to piece everything off that makes you subscribe to another form of a streaming service to get something. Paramount, all these other channels are just flaking off and setting their own service, and you buy them, only $7 a month or $8 a month. They just try to tell you that it's not very much money. It's only $8 a month, plus your cable bill of $170, plus your DirecTV bill of $150, plus your dish bill of $150. But then to watch the other games, you're going to have to get the NFL Network, which costs you so much money a year or a month, and Prime, which is going to cost you so much a month, $119 a year to get Prime. So you can watch those Thursday night games. Oh, you want to watch all your college games? Well, that's only going to cost you another special package where you can watch any college game for only this much a month. Before you know it, for people that like sports, you're spending a lot of money just to watch the games that you want to watch. So I don't know what to do about this. I mean, we can just complain about it. They're still going to try to make their money. They're still going to get their money from us because we like sports and we want to see our teams playing. I don't care what region you're in. If you're in the Northeast region and you don't want to watch all the Maine and Connecticut games or whatever and all the colleges out there, and you want to watch some USC, UCLA, or Texas and Nebraska, you're going to have to get a different package because they're only going to promote that region of games. So for you to watch, if you're a UCLA fan and sitting in the Northeast United States, you're going to have to get another streaming service. So it makes people spend money to get their fix. Now, yes, you got a lot of you people out there that say, why waste money on sports? Sports is a waste of time, everything. No, sports is not a waste of time. It's an enjoyment. You pay for something you enjoy watching. Now, if you're a Nebraska fan, I don't know how much we've enjoyed watching the last 5 years, but eventually we're going to be back to enjoying what we're watching, seeing some improvement maybe down the line. But no matter who you're a fan of, there's always ups and downs in seasons. And it's amazing how a bad start at the beginning of the season kind of ruins your season for you that you've been waiting a year for. But you still back the team. It's still a team. It's still young kids. It's still fun to watch, even though it's heartbreaking at times. So if you have any suggestions of what to do or how to change all this streaming stuff that we live with today, write us at theboytlife@gmail.com or comment down here in the section for the YouTube. Please watch our YouTube channel. I'm just starting it up. I just like to talk sports. Write me with some subjects you want me to cover or things like that, or my opinion. You can give me your opinion, and I like the feedback. And I hope you enjoyed this segment. We'll be talking about different things, all types of sports, and hope to see you down the line. This is Rick with my program called Sports with Rick on YouTube. If you like it, subscribe, tell other people about it. We'll see you down the line. Bye.